Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Surabhi and today I'm going to review two books for you. One is A Goodnight Story for Rebel Girls and another one is She Can You Can. So after I posted the video about the read aloud books and how I use books to instead of curriculum and how it helps me talking about different topics to my girls, people have been asking me about inspirational stories for children and what kind of books I read in that respect. So these are the two books which are in my library, and these are the kind of first read aloud books and kind of first real books which I read to my kids, which are not fairy tale related, not animals related, actual real books. And I thought that I'll share the inside of it, my views about it, so that you can decide that do you really want to buy it, does it match your parameters, or would your child like it or not. So this video is about that. So without wasting time, I'll start about The Goodnight Story for the Rebel Girls. So this is the first one. There are two in this series, and then there is another for boys also, Goodnight Story for the Boys Who Dare to Be Different. I have heard about all these books from parents and they are equally good, but I own only one. So I'll show you this book and talk about this book. So this was the book I started read aloud when my child was about 4.5, 5-year-old. Why I started this read aloud is because three things. All the stories here are single page. So when you're trying to talk about the things which are not fairy related, not dragons related, I mean like a little painful and a little heavy, my kids did not have the patience to sit through a like 2 or 3 page story to listen to someone struggle, because there's something new to them. They want to ask 100 of questions and they can't digest it. It's too much for them. So it was easy for me to read aloud one story in the night and then open the platform for discussion and let them think about it, rather than, because it is one page, there are not much technical integrities in it. Very, very simple language to understand that this was the problem, this is what he faced, what they did, and that's it. So, they don't have much data to process except the core theme or the core struggle they talk about in that particular story. So I really loved about this part that this is single page and that's it. Second thing I liked about that, it talks about all genres. They are artists, they are painters, they are motor racer cars, they are astronauts, there is mountain climbers, there is scientists, doctors. You talk about a profession, and that's what they're telling, that in each of the profession the women struggled. And so it gives you a platform to talk about, there are different kind of professions in the world. Even half of the things I did not know, trust me, I did not know half of the professions. Like paleontologist, I knew a little bit, yeah. Then there is a drummer. So basically you tell a girl that you can be anything. There is a tattoo artist here, there is a drummer, there is a ballerina, and there is a reporter, there is a journalist. So my girls did not know about these all professions, and it gives me a platform to talk about that you can do these things also. See, women did this thing, and this is what is the hardship of it. And there are people in stories in this one who are disabled, who have some physical disability, hearing disability, or they are blind, and still they did not get scared or did not push back. They struggled hard to overcome that disability to achieve what they really wanted. What can be more inspiration than that? So it covers all kind of genres, but you have to choose when you're doing read aloud what your child will connect with. So you have to be very careful about it. And once my child started reading, then so she read in and out each story, talked about each story. But initially, because it has so many options, you can see what your child can relate with. So initially I started about disabilities. There was one blind girl, then there's a disability of a motor racer who could not listen, and all those kind of stories are there. So I started with those stories, and later on then she picked about racism, she picked about transgenders, she picked about the discrimination against women in mountaineering or an artist or being writer. And those topics were really hard for me, so be ready for it if your child is reading and she's picking up, because I was not ready to discuss these things with my 5-year-old or 6-year-old. But with time you get used to it, you start talking about it, and you see what details you want to share to your child, how do you want to connect to it. So that thing is, because they are really, really inspiring in a way, but little painful for the little kids to understand. Basically because I never told my kid you're less than anyone. You can do anything. You can become a doctor, you can become an engineer, you can go to a mountain, you can become an astronaut. But when they see that, oh, a little girl was not allowed to go to school. Why? Just because she was black, she was not allowed to sit in the bus. Oh, why? Girls cannot be writers. Why did they think only boys can write? How can they think, Mama? This is so... I mean, like, you don't even ask how many questions they asked. It was a process to make them realize that, you know, what you have got, the freedom you have, is not all the women had. Not your granny, me, we have come from our phases of struggle being a woman. And but yeah, we are giving all the freedom to you. You're fortunate enough. But again, if people are putting you down for something, don't be scared. You can do anything. If you look at these women, they did that, you can also do that. So that way, it is a very, very inspirational book. Now the only drawback I had was it does not have Indian women, not even a single Indian woman. So no, it doesn't bother my kids much. They didn't ask the question why there's no Indian, but just like, you know, in India also we have so many idols and so many women we looked up to when we were kids, because when we were kids we didn't know about any foreign books. We read only Indian books and our school books and all. They talked only Indian women who struggled, and we know there are a lot of women who struggled. So I was looking for a book which talks about the struggle of Indian women, so that I can relate more to it and I can add into it and I can relate it to the struggle of their grandparents, even mine as a kid or as a woman. So this is a book which someone recommended me, She Can, You Can, and it is the A to Z book of iconic Indian women. So it is kind of rebel girls but of Indian women. So whom does she talk about? It talks about, again, Arunima Sinha, mountaineer; Bhanu Athaya, costume designer; Deepa Malik, para-athlete; Chitra Ramakrishna, businesswomen; Gaura Devi, environmentalist; gynecologist; athletes; PT Usha, athlete. Basically, A to Z, one woman each. And yeah, this was all I wanted. But I'll tell you what I did not like about this book. Here, I told you, the other book has only single page story. They are not. They are 3 to 4 pages. So I'll show you, like, if you're talking, like, they talk about Kalpana Chawla, so yeah, I loved about that. They talk about PT Usha. So basically, when I'm telling those stories, I can add to it because I know them personally, kind of thing. So that way, because they're Indian women, I could relate to it. But still, there are some things which I did not like. Like, I'm talking about Kalpana Chawla. And also, she was my icon when I was a little kid. I was in 11th, 12th. That time, I mean, like, I loved her. I adored her. I knew everything about her, read about her, everything. So Kalpana Chawla is the first story I told about them. Take the pictures. The pictures are good. No worry, pictures are good. But look at the pages. By the time I reach here, my 5-year-old and 6-year-old lost most of the interest. So what I want to put through, or when I want to open the platform of discussion, it never reaches that stage. It just gets diminished by the time I end, because this is very much factual piece. They talk about each award they got. They talk about everything in detail, and too much wordy. Like, if this definition, like for example, I don't think she was selected as a flight engineer in mission specialist for Columbia flight STS-107, and in the retina of my eye, the whole earth and the sky could be seen reflected, said Kalpana. Fine, they are really good things, but for a 5 to 6-year-old, it's too much. So maybe, so my 6-year-old reads it at times, but as a read aloud, it is not successful for me. Maybe, I mean, I skip some paragraphs and just talk about a woman and talk like that. Then it talks about all the awards that she got. So that is positive and negative in the way. Positive in the sense, because now my girls are, I think, what is this award? How do you get it? Why do you get it? Who gives this award? So those details are there in this book, which are not in the Rebel Girls book, that, you know, they got awarded or they had national recognition and all. And that's how it is. It has many Indian stories, so the only thing I feel, it's too much wordy. It's not a good read aloud for my 5 and 6-year-old, but maybe it's a good book to read for my 7-year-old, to be 7-year-old or 8-year-old, because they get too many facts and details from this book. So for that case, if you're taking from a little older kid and you want Indian women, then you can have this book. But if you're choosing the inspirational stories as a read aloud for your little ones, maybe like 5 to 6-year-old who doesn't have much patience, or maybe 6 to 7-year-old even, then better go for a good night story for Rebel Girls. This is what I recommend. If your kid is older, and you want to introduce the Indian women, which, you know, I told you my own reasons, then you can have this book. But still, for a home library, you can have both of them, because your child will like not today, then tomorrow, or 1 year later. So that's what I had to talk about these books, and hope you enjoyed it.